the Madman!
Welcome to the Druid reveal in Titans. The context to start us off with is to once again remind us of what Ionar, the Lifebinder, is. That's the Druid Titan. She costs 10 mana. It's a lot of mana to get to, but if any class can do it, it's Druid. It is effectively a 0 mana 5/7 once you get to 10 mana, because you can just pick Flourish and refresh your mana crystals and then do something else. Well, the something else that you can do is now way better after Freya, Keeper of Nature, has been revealed. 8 mana 4/6, choose one, duplicate your hand, or summon copies of all other friendly minions. There is this Embrace of Nature card which has been revealed. Draw, choose one card, forged as both effects combined. Perhaps you drew Freya with that earlier, so perhaps you get both effects. The important part is summoning copies of all other friendly minions though, so you summon the original Ionar. Note that Ionar's Flourish will have already been used, so you can't use it again. Well, you can now use one of Ionar's other abilities. Perhaps you'd like to get back to full health, and while you're doing it, you'd like another 5/5 Ancient with Taunt. Perhaps you'd like to draw cards until your hand is full. You probably want a Bountiful Harvest though. So that's going to create quite the swing turn. All you have to do is 1, have Ionar in your hand, 2, ramp up to her, 3, ideally also have Freya in your hand, and then that's basically against aggressive decks you win. While Freya looks especially good when combined with the Titan, she's still good in the sense of, alright, play her in some sort of value deck, some sort of ramp deck. There's clearly a choose one payoff here, where the goal is to not just choose one, but to choose both. You got Ancient of Growth here, 7 mana 5/5, choose one, summon 3/2/2 Treants, or transform your Treants into 5/5 Ancients with Taunt. I think either one side of it is not very good. You got your 11/11, if you just summon 3/2/2 Treants, which is the 5/5 plus 3/2/2s. You got your 5/5, which transforms your Treants into 5/5 Ancients with Taunt. Meh. But if you combine both, then you've got a 7 mana summon 20/20 worth of stuff onto the board, of which you do get credit for summoning the Treants, and then the Treants become Ancients, which can matter in case you have Summoning Treants Matters cards. It's worth noting that this looks slightly worse than the Drum Circle, because with the Drum Circle, you can either summon 10/10 worth of Treants, or if you have both occur, you've got the 20/30 worth of Treants with Taunt. So the 20/30 worth of Treants seems better than the 20/20 worth with Ancient of Growth. Will you run both in your deck? Possibly, but it's clear that this Embrace of Nature card is going to be really key. And not just that one, but also the Disciple of Ionar, in order to have more consistency in making sure that your choose one cards are really good. Disciple of Ionar, 4 mana 4/4, Battlecry. Your next choose one has both effects combined. Notably, Disciple of Ionar curves into Nourish, ramp up to the big stuff while drawing cards. The big stuff could be the Titan, it could be Freya. Yeah, that seems like a good deck idea. You've also got this Lifebinder's Gift card. 2 mana, choose one, get 2 random nature spells, or reduce the cost of spells in your hand by 1. This one I'm not really seeing happening. You don't want to have this be drawn with Embrace of Nature. You probably aren't going to be some sort of combo deck looking to play a bunch of spells. Maybe there's some sort of deck out there which Lifebinder's Gift can fit into, but I don't see it right now. I see the choose one, but actually choose both, sort of Druid control style working out well. So clearly, Druids have a theme of, just steadily waiting for the late game. Well, here's 2 cards that reward you for waiting. Frost Lotus Seedling, a 3 mana, draw 1 card, gain 4 armor, but blossoms in 3 turns. So if you're willing to wait out the 3 turns, which you normally would want to, then you have 3 mana, draw 2 cards, gain 8 armor. Well, that's actually quite good. So for those patient enough to have a obvious value or control style, Frost Lotus Seedling actually looks good. Obviously, it doesn't fit anywhere near a tempo deck, but for a control deck, I can see it. Forest Seedlings, 1 mana, summon 2/1/1 saplings, blossoms in 2 turns. Blossoms into summon 2/2/2 treants for 1 mana. This one's a little bit trickier because this does fit into a tempo deck. 1 mana to summon 2/1/1s, not too bad. You would like 1 mana to summon 2/2/2s, but then you'll have to wait 2 turns. I think this is acceptable because the 1 mana version is decent, and the waiting 2 turns option is quite good, especially if your tempo deck wants to summon a bunch of treants, which it might want to, because you've got Conservator Nymph, 3 mana 3/4, Battlecry, transform a friendly treant into a 5/5 ancient with taunt. There's a number of cheap treant cards, including one that costs 0. Do you remember this little guy? Blood Treant. 0 mana, 2/2 treant. Okay, no official confirmation on whether you can use this on Blood Treant or not, but I'm thinking you can. On turn 3 or turn 2 with the coin, the big high roll is you play your Blood Treant and you play Conservative Nymph, and then that's 8 and 9 worth of stats on turn 2 with the coin or turn 3. And there's multiple ways to get the Conservative Nymph to work. For example, with those Forest Seedlings, token Treant Druid could certainly happen, especially in combination with Cultivation. 8 mana, give your minions +2/+2, cost 1 less for each Treant you've summoned this game. There are a number of ways to get Treants right now. So yeah, I think this has all the tools needed to work out. So, cool Druid stuff. Looking forward to trying out the big value, big ramp, big choose one deck.